Hey. So yeah, so I don't know, it gets a bit much, sometimes, but you know, I have to keep the faith, and I haven't been keeping the faith the last couple of days. I mean, I've been reading my Bible, but I think I'm just more shocked, you know, shocked at the fact that people can be so cruel. Um Again, people who are supposed to be there, and not in a sense of like, oh, if I call my landlord's supposed to help me with personal issues, or if I call family and friends. No, I'm not saying that. But I should be able and comfortable enough to be in my home fine, and that be my sanctuary. I should be comfortable enough to have a relationship with my doctor on a first name basis. I'm not a number, you know, and I know that you're here for my better health and stuff. But that's where it goes into go back to the old ways, you know, the holistic way of living. We don't need the pharmaceutical PHARM, that farm. We don't need that farm. We need FARM. You got Bill Gates. Why'd he buy up all this farmland? Google. Look how much farmland he has. Look at everything that Bill Gates is a part of, the waste management, farm, mad stuff. When I had Googled it a few months ago, I was like, why do these higher ups, whether in our local level to the high up, like the elites, the celebrities, and they're not celebrities, they're just there for entertainment. We're the true celebrities, you know? Um, Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Also, disclaimer: any names, places, things, whatever that I mention, I'm able to because my house is illegally surveillance. I'm in the Truman 2.0 show. The Jaleesa, aka Queen Isis. I'm the Earth Angel. Hello. um, 111 on my clock. Um, you know, I could say whatever because I didn't consent. I didn't sign up for this. Um, but God's always going to win. That's one thing I keep forgetting to say is yes, I give my disclaimer and stuff, but it always has to lead back to God. And I completely forget to do that. And I apologize. And it's not even me having like an ego thing because, listen, on camera and off camera, I'm two different people. On camera, I have, confidence in a sense. And then off camera, I'm in my head like, damn, because this isn't me, so I'm breaking out of my old shell and coming into my new shell. I'm finally finding my voice. And that's another thing when it comes to magic. I have another channel. I have a lot of avenues out there that, people are trying to block and stuff like that, so I can't mention it out loud. But I will produce the fruit, and then if it comes across your screen, it does. Or you know as I monitor and see how everything goes, and not even so much as far as the views and stuff like that, um but like as the traction comes, maybe I'll start putting the other channels in the description boxes, or maybe on my main page in my bio, or whatever, so you guys can go to those pages because there's a lot. Your girl is a queen of all trades, okay? And you know I may talk about karmic shit, but it's only to make you guys aware. But one thing that I want you guys to know about me is I may have complaints, concerns, questions, and all that, comments, but I'm always going to have a solution. And if I can't find a solution, I will find a solution. you know? So if you're somebody who, um, just wants to talk, um, I'm here for you because I know how it feels, even right now, to not have anybody to talk to. Like, I have people to talk to, but okay, my mom's not spiritually in tune as much as I am. So talking to her is like talking to a dead wall. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say a dead wall because the walls can talk. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Like it's interesting because no matter what room I'm in, the people on the second floor, Shamika and Victor, they'll be in that same exact room. I could be washing my ass at 1 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock p.m. They're gonna be in that bathroom. And I only know because of the water pressure. When I'm in the kitchen, like right now, Shamika's making all this noise or whatever. But that's because they have a live view of my house. So that's the dark witch, the little kitchen witch who plays in black magic all the time with her black candles and stuff, and everything keeps bouncing back to them because they don't know I'm the chosen one. Like, yeah, many are called and few are chosen, but there's only one chosen one. And I'm here for the Most High God. So when you cross me, and not even cross me in a negative way, like when we cross paths, let me say it like that. Thank you. When we cross paths, if we ever cross paths, you're going to get convicted, whether good or bad. And I know convicted is like a negative word, but you know, I am God's eyes. Like, he, and I don't want to say that people are like, oh, well, I live over in Africa. I live in California. You ain't never seen me. I see you on the screen. So how are you gonna, not for nothing, watch what you say. Watch what you say. 1 second, please. So yeah, so watch what you say. Because even if you talk bad, you're gonna get convicted. Like, you can get karma or dharma fucking with me. So just pick your path wisely. And I didn't even know that, I knew God rocked with me, but I didn't know. You know how DMX was like, oh, God and him are like this? Like, it's me, DMX, and God. Like, that's the Trinity. I'm not even trying to play on God's top like that, but I'm just saying, like, if you guys aren't in tune spiritually, please get in tune, but, you know, and that's another thing. Thank you. You don't know who's who. And in this physical realm, yeah, I can be a nobody. I'm not gonna be the prettiest girl to somebody. I'm not gonna be the most popular person. And that's fine. That's okay. I don't care. But in the spiritual realm, you know, everything's spiritual before it's physical. So it's like you just don't know who's who. And I'm not saying that like in a boastful way or anything, but I'm just saying know your worth and know who you are. Because a lot of people are going to try to play on your top. They're going to play on your name. They're going to, try to humiliate you, try to have people go against you and stuff like that. But it's literally because they see the light in you that you don't see. And I know a lot of this sounds cliche because I used to sit there like, who wants to hear that? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't want to, just leave me alone. But no, like, a lot of y'all are heavy hitters and y'all don't even realize it. I'm still waking up to who I am. Like, because I'm so new to this stuff, it's like I'm new to it, but I'm true to it. I'm a vet. I'm just waking up. You know, I did not realize. I did not. And there's certain. Oh, real quick disclaimer. That's another thing. When it comes to like your spiritual walk or just your life in general. I don't want to put everything spiritual, but it is. Don't overshare. Don't tell people too much about you because then they use that against you. And that's kind of common sense, but sometimes the common sense things we let it go over our head because we're just being us. We're thinking everybody's operating out of peace, love, and light like we are. And no. The karmic neighbors downstairs. I watch tarot videos and I'm thinking, because I'm watching them and I got it on my speaker, it's like I'm just watching it. But come to find out, they're listening to the tarot videos and then they're doing magic behind the scenes because they're trying to block me and my success. And not just them, other people too. But they're associated with my karmic familiar unit, aka Carol, or whatever, and her daughter Ashley, and Sade, or whatever. So, just I don't know if I did disclaimer. I could say people, places, things, and all that because my house is, tapped and all that. Not tapped mentally, but like surveillance wise, wiretap, surveillance, all that, and being broadcasted 24 hours. If I did, I do not mean to be repetitive. I just got to throw that in there sometimes because on my other YouTube channel, they shadow banned me and they were actually taking my videos and putting it on a whole different platform. Like there's celebrities. Damn, this isn't looking how I was looking earlier. There's celebrities who are in on this. Like there's a fake death certificate of me. Like they're literally planning my funeral and I'm alive. They're literally planning my funeral, and I'm alive. And it's all because my grandfather, John Horace Small Sr., sat there and left me, an inheritance, confirmation, but another one, left me an inheritance in the house. But because they don't like me, because I'm from the suburbs, because they think I'm an Oreo, because they think I'm bougie. And how is this bougie? Like, not for nothing, when I think of bougie, I think of, like a little prima donna, like, a diva, like, you're a peasant. Don't even touch me. Don't talk to me. That's my mind of bougie. Got the latest and greatest, the most expensive, like, in my mind. But remember, everybody's definition is different, so what you call lazy, I may not call lazy. um but yeah, now when you look at them, although I'm from the suburbs, they're from the hood. They're bougetto, which is bougie and ghetto, because not for nothing, y'all got a champagne taste on a bare budget or whatever. You guys are literally sacrificing people for material gain, for wealth, for status. Make that make sense. That's not very Christiany. Christiany of you. That's not very much Eastern Star of you. That's not very much Freemason. Well, I mean, yeah, it is. Because if you know, you know. And it's so sad that these organizations, 121 on my timer, and 1121, 1122, 1123, 1124 on this timer. And it's so sad that back in the day, these organizations, so we thought, were to help out the community and be there for the community and all that. But I don't see Eastern Stars or Freemasons out there having organizations, having events and stuff like that. I don't see them giving back. And I'm not saying that they don't, but it's very hush hush. Why? But then when you read about it, they sit there and say that they were there for the community. Well, show me where. Because the only thing I see is these guys in their, in their outfits and stuff like that, and you can't even get in the door. And I know Freemasons are the guys, you need to be initiated, and a member needs to, and it's like, why? And then the members who speak out, don't be a member, and then you don't want to be a member and you speak out. So make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Then you got the Eastern Stars. You don't even really hear about them. That's the female Masons. And I want to say this too, as far as the church and a library. I don't know what library, but as far as the church, and I'll say Morning Star Baptist Church in Boston, please do not set anything on fire to try to hide evidence. I don't want to hear any arson situations with any of the cities, states, towns, streets, organizations, anything that I'm aware of that I've been speaking on. Excuse me. Please don't set anything on fire, because if you do set anything on fire, it's making you guys more guilty, look more guilty, because you guys are trying to cover up evidence. And what way to do that? Then start a fire and we won't be able to recover it. So just for the surveillance cameras, please don't set anything on fire. Because now these corrupt organizations and stuff like that, they're going down. And like I said, this is global. So although I'm in the United States,